Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bracket Builders Podcast. I am your host, JD Davis, and I'm joined by my co host.
I was here.
And we have a lot to talk to you guys about today. This has been another big week of Magic news, which is going to be forever with 7 sets coming out next year. So, we had a couple of things we missed from Atlanta we wanted to circle back on, specifically the Final Fantasy scene boxes. And we had finally the last set of next year announced officially as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Nicktoons we wanted. But,
Well, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Unfortunate.
But, the set looked
2020,
kind of cool.
2027,
Yeah. Yeah. 2027 will be at 4 Nicktoons sets. Ren and Stimpy will be the number one stack in standard, and if that format still exists by then. And, so yeah, we just had a lot of stuff to go over with the Ninja Turtles release. We got basically the first look for that set at Comic-Con, so we know more about that set than we do pretty much anything else coming out next year, including Lorwyn. So we're going to go into that in a little bit. But first, we have some scene boxes to get back to from Final Fantasy. So for those of you who do not know what these scene boxes are, they are 6-card collections where you get 6 brand new cards that are Commander legal, as well as a smattering of booster packs. I believe this time it is 3 play boosters of Final
it's
Fantasy.
3 play.
Yeah, and then you get a little cardboard easel to put the cards in. But if you actually want to play with the cards, you also just get art cards of the 6 cards included. So you just put the art cards in the easel, and then you got a little display piece. So you got a little art piece, you got some cool cards for Commander, and then you got some random booster packs to gamble with. Super fun, right? So here is the first of the Final Fantasy scene boxes here. This is the Garland at the Chaos Shrine scene box. So this is themed after Final Fantasy 1, and it looks like we got some really cool cards here. So we're going to go over a few of them. We're not going to read all of them off, but, go through a few of them. So the Destined Warrior here is the main commander from this box. This is the card out of here, I think. 1 and an Esper for a 3/3. Human Warrior, First Strike, Vigilance, Menace, Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, and Wizard spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Those are the 4 types for party. At the beginning of combat on your turn, creatures you control get +1/+0 on a turn. If you have a full party, creatures you control get +3/+0 until end of turn instead.
Full party is Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, Wizard.
Yeah, you have to have 4 independent creatures that have those types. You can't have
Yep.
one changeling and then they're all fulfilled. You do need 4 separate creatures, and then one of them will be for each type. Even if it's 4 changelings, that is what you need for full party.
Yep.
And of course, what's a commander that cares about party without 3 on-theme party creatures to fill out the rest of the colors? So we have the Destined White Mage, which is a lifelink commander, the Destined Thief, which is an unblockable rogues commander, and then Destined Black Mage, which is calling back to the main set of Final Fantasy, where the Black Mage is a mono-black, non-creature spells matter, burn kind of thing. Very, very cool. We had a couple of party commanders in the past. We have 5-color with Tazri from the time we did party, and then we have the 2-color one from the Baldur's Gate commander decks. But we haven't had a 3-color one in Esper colors yet. So I'm super excited to build Destined Warrior. A lot of really cool cards had to be left out of the white-black deck because you didn't have access to blue. A lot of cool blue-white cards and a lot of cool blue-black cards for the rogues and the wizards. But so this is going to be super cool. And then in addition to those 3, you get Garland, Royal Kidnapper, and Chaos Shrine's Black Crystal. We're going to read off the Chaos Shrine because this card, I think, will see some play outside of these commanders. It's a 4-mana artifact, 3 and a black. It's legendary. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, exile it. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a creature card exile with Chaos Shrine's Black Crystal onto the battlefield under your control with a finality counter on it. So you can just save your creatures from death one at a time. Comes out of the crystal. Very cool. It's a cool effect,
It's all right.
Yeah, if it was
If
whenever
you're,
one or more creatures die, you may sacrifice it, bring them all back. That'd be really cool.
yeah,
But
if you're not doing anything with your graveyard, then it's a nice piece of recursion. But
mhm,
kind of sucks if it just gets blown up before you get to do anything with it to add your upkeep.
mhm. Yeah, and if you had like 12 creatures that died and you exile all 12 and you go one at a time, after the first one comes back, the whole table's going to be like, "Oh, right, that needs to go away." And the artifact removal they've been sitting on is going to be used on this immediately. So,
Yep.
uh for the reason why, by the way, it is one creature at a time and not the whole thing is in Final Fantasy 1, Garland, this scene box is depicting the beginning of the game. You go and fight and kill Garland like immediately. It's like the first thing you go and do. The end of the game, you go back to where you killed Garland because spoilers for Final Fantasy 1, Garland is actually Chaos time traveled back. It's a weird time travel convolution thing. So you have to use the crystal to go back in time to kill Chaos, and when you kill him, you've weakened him enough when he flees into the crystal and then pops out of the crystal in the present day, and then you guys in the past kill the future with him, which you already did.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
This was
Yeah.
an
Sure. Uh
NES
huh.
game. This was an
I
NES
yeah.
game.
I
Crazy
understood
that
all
they
of
had
that.
this complicated of a story for an NES game. But so you kill Chaos, and then he pops into the crystal, and then he comes out of the crystal, and then the Destined Warrior and his three friends murderize him immediately. So it's great. All right, so the next box we have is the Final Fantasy VIII box, Children of Fate. So once again, 6 cards, 3 play boosters, easel, all that stuff. This one is a little less exciting, I'd say, than the first box. The coolest card in this whole thing is Fated Clash.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, can you want to read this one off for us, Kai?
Fate Clash, 3 white sorcery. You may cast a spell as though it had flash if a creature is attacking and a creature is blocking. Target creature you control and target creature an opponent controls each gain indestructible until their turn, then destroy all creatures. I think that's very cool.
So cool. So this scene box is the opening cutscene for Final Fantasy VIII, uh, which was this crazy like super Japanese like CG cutscene battle where Squall and Cypher are fighting, and there's these creatures in the sky, and there's this lightning and all this stuff going around. And so this Fated Clash card is representing what you're seeing in the video. You're seeing 2 guys having a fight, and everything around them is just destroyed as they're the only ones left standing. It's so cool. It is a little bit of a flavor fail here where you don't have to pick the creature that's blocking to gain indestructible uh in addition to your own creature. Like but like if you're cool, you'll pick the creature that's attacking and the creature that's blocking. Because like that's what's happening here. If you pick other things, you're lame. You gotta pick the thing that's blocking because that's what's cool, right? That's the creatures that are clashing. Uh, Beyond that, Manoa is a cool card for the flying type. In combat, she gives everything flying, with flying +1/+1 rather. So she doesn't give out flying. She buffs things that have flying. Uh, and then Cypher, Cipher, I believe it's pronounced, is another Rakdos Goad commander. This one
uh,
is a little worse.
Akin to Karakazar.
Yeah, Kurzakar, whatever his name is, he draws you cards in addition to the goading, but he has to attack to do the goading. Cipher, anything can attack to goad, so you can goad on 4 as opposed to on 5. I think they will be really good friends in the same commander deck, and you can choose which of the two you want to be in the command zone.
True.
Because it's just the same deck. You just switch the commander out if you try Cypher for a little bit and then switch it back into the 99. I had the Krezakar commander deck for a while. It was pretty fun. Just Rakdos things, right? And then Ida, Possessed Sorceress, is cool. It's a more fair Queen Marchesa in its Grixis. So instead of was Queen Marchesa Grixis the one that takes
It
your
is.
thing? Yeah. So it's just the same thing. You're taking their creature and then you're sacrificing it, but instead of keeping it forever, you draw a card and you give it back to them. Uh, so it's worse, but
It's for people who can't touch enough cardboard and want to touch their opponent's cardboard too.
yeah, touch your opponent's cardboard, then draw more cards of cardboard out of your own deck. So, it's fine. It feels like a watered down version of that deck because that commander works off of strange mechanics that shouldn't work the way that they do. Squall Gunblade Duelist reads a lot better than he actually is the first time you read him. So we'll go through the card and then explain what we mean. He's Mardu, so he's red, white, black for a 3/2 human mercenary. He has first strike. When he enters, you choose a number, and then whenever one or more creatures attack one of your opponents, if any of those creatures have power or toughness equal to the chosen number, Squall deals damage equal to its power to defending player. So when we first read this, we thought it was like, oh, I attack you with 5/2/2s, I deal 15 damage to Squall 3/2.
Yep.
But actually, no. It's with one or more creatures, Squall deals damage equals power. You can do 3 Squall triggers, but it's got to be at 3 different players. Like if I'm attacking all 3 of my opponents with a 2 toughest creature, and I have 2 picked, Squall will deal 3 to each of those opponents. But it's never more than 1 per player. And then.
Well, I thought Squall deals damage equal to its power, as in like the other creature, not his himself.
Huh. If any of those creatures, let's see. Whenever creatures attack one of your opponents, if any of those creatures have power or toughness equal to the chosen number, it'll do its power. I think remember, whenever a card name is in the text, replace it with this card, right? This card deals damage equal to its power to defending player. So if you put like a Colossus Hammer on Squall, you do 13 them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to buff him then.
Yeah. So like, it's a fine card. It'd be an interesting commander. A little like go wide burn kind of, or just like maybe you just play every 2 mana 2/2 in Magic and pick 2 and hit them.
Yeah.
It looks fine. And then Duelist Flame is a cool card. Similar to Faded Clash, is very flavorful. X red for an instant. Until end of turn, target blocked creature you control gets plus X plus O and gains trample. And this big block of text. Whenever this creature deals common damage to a player, look at that many cards on the top of your library. Exile up to 1 non-land card from among them, and put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. That's fun. Like, if you have a creature that doesn't have trample, you want to give it trample. 2 mana, give it trample, and then hit them for big and cast a big spell off the top. That's good. But there's just so many ways
Want
to
to
do this.
use it on a double strike creature.
Yeah, put on something with double strike. There's just so many ways to do this thing where you're just like casting spells for free off the top of the library. I don't know if it's what we're looking for more of in these decks, especially out of an instant, but it's cool. The next scene box is awesome. This is Final Fantasy IX, The Siege of Alexandria, and they didn't actually show these cards off in Atlanta, so there was a bit of a delay for these ones being revealed. But everyone saw that VV down there in the bottom middle, and we're like, uh-oh, he's getting another card. Let's see how broken this one is. Turns out, it's just fine. But this box is probably my second favorite. I think it has 2 of the cards that I'm going to play the most out of all of these cards in it, but the last box has some really, really cool stuff. Brilliant Wings, forever staple in your Auras decks. Kai, you want to read off Brilliant Wings for us?
It is a 1 white enchantment aura with flash. Enchanted creature you control. Enchanted creature gets flying and hexproof. And whenever a creature you control enters, you may pay 1. If you do, attach this aura to that creature. So you can flash this in, protect something, give it flying, and then if you want to put it on something else later, you can pay 1 as an additional tax for that creature and give it hexproof and flying.
Okay, so we have a lot of effects similar to this, but none of them as good as this one. We have like Shard Mage's Rescue, like the 1 mana, give your creature hexproof until end of turn, and give it +1/+1 forever. We have a lot of like this aura enters, the creature gets hexproof to end of turn, and then it stays on and does something else forever. This is the first time that I know of, at least, that we give flying and hexproof for 2 mana to a creature for good. And if that already wasn't enough for you, considering these are 2 of the best keywords in the game, whenever another creature enters, you can pay 1 more mana and just slide it over. That's ridiculous. So good. Yeah, that's a forever staple for sure. So if you have an Auras deck, you gotta pick up this box just to get your Brilliant Wings, or go in with a friend, you'll get this card, they'll get the other 5, right? Though,
Yeah.
Judgment of Alexander, pretty cool. This is a 3 mana for an instant, so 2 and a white. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you this turn by sources your opponents control. So it's a fog. Whenever damage from a creature is prevented this way, each commander creature you control deals damage equal to its power to that creature. So, you know the card Settle the Wreckage? What if it cost 1 less mana and they got nothing? Great.
But yeah,
I mean, what if you have a lifelink commander, Kai? What's going to happen if you have a lifelink commander?
or give your commander lifelink. Yes, it's a lot of life gain.
Yeah, it's a lot of life gain. And also, it doesn't just prevent combat damage, it prevents all damage that would be dealt to you from your opponent's sources. So if someone's like about to hit you with a Chandra's Ignition, you can just be like, womp womp.
True.
Yeah, it's great. It's just a very good card. It is one of the. So usually we get the like protecting my
Also,
board side of Tef Pro.
it does say like each commander you control. So if you
Yeah.
have a partner,
Yeah, if you have partners, they both hit. But yeah, we have gotten a lot of redundancy for the protect your board half of Tef Pro. This one is redundancy for the protect my face half of Tef Pro. Very cool. Definitely, if you're looking for that function of Teferi's protection, this is definitely a more fair version of that card. But will just destroy someone's day. Like if you're getting swung on with
true.
like 300 1/1s and you got a 5/5 commander, your commander just goes bang, the whole board's gone. You win. It's over. So very cool. And then next one we have Mega Flare. It's just a solid just hit all these creatures, kind of like a Chandra's Ignition. So it's 2 in red for sorcery. It has a kicker for 3 red. If it was kicked, you make a 6/6 dragon. So that's cool. And then for each opponent, choose up to 1 target creature that player controls. Mega Flare deals damage equal to the greatest power among creatures you control to each of the chosen creatures. So it's just 3 mana, kill 3 things if you have a big enough creature, which
Yeah.
is great. Unfortunately, Mega Flare deals the damage, so you can't like do the lifelink, so not the lifelink, the Death Touch cheat, and just be like, yeah, my 1/1 Death Toucher, he kills all 3 of your guys. But also like if you draw this and you're empty-handed, you have a lot of mana, just dump the mana into it, get a 6/6, and then that 6/6 kills 3 things. Great. Yeah, just fine. Great. Kai, you want to read Amarant Coral
I like
since you like this card?
I like Rule.
Mm-hmm.
He is a 2 red green
Mm-hmm.
human monk with trample. It's 5/4. Attacks each combat if able. And then when it deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals damage to each other opponent. I just like rule cards, and I like this one that hits everyone. Even though I know we have multiple copies of this kind of effect,
Mm-hmm.
like the Hydra Omnivore, I think it is.
Yeah, and there's that 4-color Saskia as well. That's like when I hit you, it hits another player. And
Yep.
there's that like partner card that does it for your commander.
Yes,
This is
Ketis.
yeah, Ketis. I don't hate this card. It's just a little boring. I wish it did something a little bit more interesting, but yeah,
I don't
I
know.
mean it's a cool card card.
I think that the character also just looks cool.
He does look cool. He's very cool in the game. I haven't gotten far enough to see this scene yet, but I have a feeling I know what's going on considering what I know about the plot from what I've gotten in 9. And then Vivi's Persistence. Oh, they did it, guys. They made a Vivi card that's not broken. Woohoo! 1 in red for an instant. Create a 0/1 black wizard creature token with whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. So the main set wizard token. And then whenever your commander enters or attacks, you may pay 2. If you do, return this card from your graveyard to your hand. So Vivi's whole thing is he keeps getting knocked down. Literally falls over a whole bunch. Feels bad about himself. Then he gets picked back up by his friends. So that's literally what's happening here. You bring in a Vivi, the little 0/1 wizard, and then he gets knocked down. The card goes to the graveyard. The wizard's still in play though, so yeah. And then you pick him back up again with the help of your friends. It's great. It's very cool. Also, it just makes a lot of really good tokens. And if you're a spells deck,
True.
great. And these tokens are no
I
joke.
I see an infinite combo with this card somehow. Infinite
Yeah.
mana.
I mean, there's got to be some way to
Blink
do it.
Well, it just you're blinking your commander over and over again to have it enter to pay the two to which I to your hand to make it, and then every time you cast this percentage with
Oh, huh. Yeah.
more
This,
and more black wizards, you just keep pinging everyone for more and more damage every time.
yeah. If you make infinite mana with a food chain combo in Commander, you then can
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about
cast your
that.
commander infinitely, and then this is a one card kill condition from that state because all the wizards will deal the damage. Huh, neat. That's actually kind of worth keeping in mind. This is a one card kill combo if you manage to do the food chain thing, right? If you're doing the food chain thing, look at this card. This is actually really good for that deck. You gotta try that.
Think so. I don't know.
You're trying to try Chunky in CEDH, right, guy?
Oh yeah,
So let's put a
that
copy of Vivi's Persistence in there.
yeah, that was just a random thought. I was like, huh, oh yeah, you could just continue to pay two and just bring it back and get
Yeah,
more damage every
I
time.
think that actually might be pretty good. I how
Oh, you know what? Speaking of CEDH too, what Rakdos Guild Kingpin or the 4 mana one that when you
Oh
ping for
yeah,
exactly
that
one,
Rakdos that cares about paying for exactly one damage. It draws you 3 cards every time you trigger these wizards.
yeah,
We gotta take a look at that commander. That one's really cool. And then Search
that one
for
is really cool.
Dagger is the last card from this bundle, and it's 1 and a white for an enchantment. Whenever your commander enters or attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a legendary creature card among them, put it into your hand, the rest in the bottom in random order. Great. I really like 2 mana draw engines. In white.
Legendary,
So
yeah, creature,
yeah.
legendary creature, legendary typo. I was kind of hoping, even though you just said it, read it off, I was kind of hoping it was just legendary card.
Oh, legendary card would be so good too, but
It would just yeah, because they could even let you grab lands
yeah,
like legendary
with
lands.
all the lands and the artifacts, we're getting all these soul stones and the Aviva stones. Everything's
Everything's
legendary
legendary
now.
nowadays.
Yeah, pretty soon they're gonna put like a fixed Caracas in a set, and it's gonna break Commander. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, I no, it's gonna be on the backside of a legendary creature.
Oh, you're right. It's gonna be an
It's
MDFC creature.
it's gonna be an MDFC. I
Yeah,
can't wait for
yeah,
legendary MDFCs.
yeah. I have a land in the command zone.
Oh God, how? Oh no,
But anyways,
no wonder why they haven't done that yet.
the last bundle is the Final Fantasy 15. It's jumping up a few numbers. Camp Comrades. Whew. Okay, so flavor wise, this one's funny, right? It's just a bunch of dudes on a road trip, hanging out, cooking foods, and fishing. But that's what a lot of this
5 feet
game
apart.
was. But these cards are actually pretty good. Noctis is very interesting mechanics wise. He is white, blue, black for a 2/3. Whenever a creature you control enters during combat, you may attach target equipment you control to target creature you control. Why does this card have that ability? Well, I'll tell you why. He has another land deck says Warp Strike. 3 colorless, exile him. Return him to the battlefield under its owner's control, tapped and attacking at the beginning of that player's next declare attacker's step. It cannot be blocked that combat. So it's like a weird Voltron deck. It wants one equipment to be on it. So it wants like your Excalibur
True.
or your Colossus Hammer, right? Or it wants other ways to instant speed move equipment around. And then
That's
you
what you would think.
mhm,
I don't know. That's the one way to build it. I think the other way to build it is trying to get as many creatures
entering
attack
during combat.
entering during combat to try to
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
Which I don't
something
know how
like
you
that.
really yeah because that's mainly a red thing to do.
Yeah, like I'm sure
I feel,
there's I'm sure
but
white
I'm
and
sure there's
black.
some niche cards. Yeah.
Well, Lord Skitter makes a rat at the beginning of
Mm.
combat, and then you can put
Oh
your
yes.
Swiftfoot boots on your 1/1 can't block
Mm.
rat, and then you can hit them for
Yes.
1 at haste. I don't know. It's a cool card. Very interesting flavor wise. I don't know what's gonna do, power level wise, but it's still cool. The other cards are all pretty good though. So fishing gear. You want to read this one out, Kai?
Yeah, 3 mana, artifact equipment. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, exile a top card of that player's library. If it's a permanent card, you may put it onto the battlefield under your control. If you don't, make a 1/1 blue fish creature token, equip 2. I wanna fish for lands.
Right? But like, not only can you get lands off this thing, you can get gigantic creatures. Something
or
that our playgroup
enchantments.
plays a lot of, a lot
This is very,
of.
very true.
Imagine hitting any of our friend Jeremy's decks with this equipped under your creature.
Yes.
You're getting the damage doubling enchantments. You're getting 15/15 double strikers. It's gonna be great. But
Oh yeah.
and if you hit me, you get a 1/1 fish. So it's great.
Yeah.
It,
No, it's okay. I'm playing fish tribal, so
yeah,
that's what I
right.
want.
It works. It works. Cool card. Nothing super crazy. Key to the Vault is probably this, but better. But still very cool. Chocobo Camp, though, is a card I will be playing in at least one deck, and it's because of a specific reason we'll get to at the end. This is a land, and it enters tapped unless you control a legendary creature, so it's templated like the ones from Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
Tap, add green. When you next cast a bird creature spell this turn, it enters with an additional 1/1 counter on it. That's cool. If you're playing birds, it's great, but mostly that's going to be flavor text. And then the part you play this for, 2 green green, tap, create a 2/2 green bird creature token with whenever a land you control enters, this token gets +1/+0 until end of turn. These are the Chocobo tokens from the main set. I don't know
Yep.
if you've played with them yet in Commander. These guys are
I haven't
great.
actually.
They're huge. These tokens get gigantic. You cultivate, it gets big. You play your extra lands, it gets big. You escape shift, they die. A lot of the green cards that make a token by tapping a land say as a sorcery. This one, because of all the extra words on it, didn't have room for activate only
Do
as a
they?
sorcery.
Really?
Yes, believe me, I've looked into them, Kai, because I wanted to put them in my deck that has Seaboard Muse in it to be able to make tokens when I'm untapping all my lands and
Huh.
then using the mana. Like,
You wouldn't think they would.
yeah, well, green doesn't actually have very many lands that make creature tokens. It's mostly a white thing.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, I guess it is.
yeah, but this is Castle Ardenvale, the white land, but you make a 2/2 that gets bigger when you play a land, as opposed to making a 1/1. So, awesome. Huge. Very, very good for Seaboard and Muse decks. Alright, Kai, Flash Photography's up next. You got this one.
Oh yeah. 2 blue sorcery. You may cast a spell as though it had flash if it targets a permanent you control. Create a token that's a copy of target permanent and it has flashback for 4 blue. Hey, you got mono blue ramp if you target your land.
Yeah. Or you could be like, hey, green player, thank you so much for flipping your Rights of Itlamok. I would also like that guy's Cradle land you just put into play.
True.
Or you can just be like, hey, thanks for putting your 15/15 commander into play. Me too. But also, if you target your own stuff, it has flash, and so you can like hold up your counter spells, pass the turn, and then if they don't do anything, copy your best thing. Maybe you have some kind of like draw engine. Maybe you want to cast another copy of the One Ring. All very cool things. Uh, this card's good. This card's very good. 6 mana flashback too. So copy your own thing
It's
twice.
it's a good one, yeah. I like spells that just copy stuff.
Yeah, especially since it's a token, so you can populate too. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. All right, so the next card is tailor made for one of my favorite commander decks I have. This is Campsite Cuisine. 1 and a green for an enchantment. Whenever this enchantment or a legendary creature you control enters, create a food token. Whenever you attack, you may sacrifice X foods. When you do, up to X target attacking creatures each get +3/+3 and gain trample and indestructible until end of turn. Whew. Okay. Foods are good. The token themselves, they're okay. But the food deck
It's what you
is
do with
strong.
foods. It
Uh,
is.
Kai,
Surprisingly. You wouldn't think that food is that strong, but man, do Frodo loves to beat you up with food.
yeah,
Game
Lannis,
Yeah, yep, Lannis.
yeah. This is very, very good for all of the existing food decks. Pretty much all of them, with one exception. Mostly care about having and stacking foods and not, you know, turning them into life. So just pop all your foods, huge power boost, and then you get trample and indestructible. So your creature is going to get in because no one's gonna block if it's indestructible and has trample. There's no reason to block the creature anymore. Uh, so if you're going super wide, you can stack a whole bunch of food and go super wide. If you're attacking with just your unblockable Frodo, you stack one food, give it +3/+3, indestructible, trample. Awesome.
It's crazy how much they just give creatures indestructible nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, Swords to Plowshare's Path to Exile, baby. I don't leave home without them.
True.
But it's a great card. If you're playing a food deck, put it in your deck. If you're not playing a food deck, don't play it.
Yeah.
And the final card is Warrior's Resolve. Another simple one. 3 mana, 2 and a white, enchantment. Creatures you control have training. At the beginning of your end step, if you control a creature with a 1/1 counter on it, that attack this turn, draw a card. And then training, if you don't know, whenever it and another creature with greater power attack, put a counter on the creature with lower power. It's like the opposite of Mentor. Very cool. Very
Yep.
cool. If you got a big creature, you got a lot of little crabby guys, they all get big. It's great. Draw cards. 3 mana, draw a card every turn is good. That's about the rate we're looking for. But
I think these scene boxes are cool.
Yeah, these seed boxes are cool. I think these are great products. As long as they are available widely,
Yes.
this is gonna be great. Luckily,
That's the only issue I see.
yeah. So the last time we did this, the Lord of the Rings seed boxes were accompanied with a full collector booster re-release.
Yep.
That included
That had them
one of each
one
of the
of
cards
them.
in
Yeah.
each booster. These are getting a non-foil reprint in the Chocobo bundles, which are $100 gift bundles with a lottery ticket inside of 2 super fancy, like, new foiling treatments of existing Final Fantasy cards that were already popular,
The Snapcaster Mage.
and also and the only one that isn't a Final Fantasy card is Snapcaster Mage. Again, they're torturing me. They're beautiful cards, and people are going to want them, and people are going to scalp the crap out of those boxes. And
Yes,
so
they are.
these are either going to be flooded into the market from all the scalpers ripping the boxes open and going, these
Which
suck.
I
That's what I
hope.
hope. Or the supply for these Chocobo bundles will be as low as we fear it will be, and these are going to be extremely hard to find.
I hope not.
I hope not. I hope they print the scene boxes to high heaven. I hope they print the Chocobo bundles to high heaven, and I hope people crack those bundles to open a $1,500 Snapcaster Mage, so that way they sell these for dirt cheap. Because I want as many copies of these
Yeah.
some of these cards as possible.
Whenever they do these scene bundles, the cards, like, they're never bad.
Mm-hmm.
They're somewhat niche sometimes, but they're still, like, almost always good. And you like the ones from the Lord of the Rings are, like, still good.
Oh yeah, I mean, some of my favorite cards in the last 5 years come from the Lord of the Rings theme boxes. If you're playing a counters deck, the Anduril sword from that deck is so good.
Yeah.
If you're playing any white deck and you don't want to play Teferi's Protection, you play Galadriel's Missile because it's good on defense and on offense. Galadriel itself is just a slightly less powerful
Terrifying.
Chulane. Yeah, but she's terrifying. Just like Chulane is, but she does kind of everything. She does mana, counters, and draw, where Chulane just does a lot of draw. She does each of them one at a time. The Aragorn from that set is also incredible. Jeremy has that commander deck still. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff in these boxes. These ones, I think, overall, are just a little bit weaker than Lord of the Rings bundles.
I do think they're a little weaker.
But like none of the commanders really speak to me as much as those ones did in Lord of the Rings, besides the party time one. But that's because I'm a party time sicko. But these are overall just cool. These are cool products. I'm glad they exist, and it's unfortunate that we're gonna forget about these in about 2 days. Avatar spoiler season starts who knows when. The set comes out next month. Lorwyn comes out in January, right? Or was it February?
January 23rd.
Yeah, January. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comes out right afterwards. And it's time to
March
talk about
6th.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle product. So, without further ado, here is the Turtles. Yeah, so officially announced today, for time of recording.
As of recording.
You guys will see it next week. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, officially the set coming out. 2nd next year. So mind you, we're getting all this information. This is not the next set. The next set is Avatar. After
Yep.
Avatar is Lorwyn, and then we get this. Why are we seeing all this now? I have an answer. They changed how they're doing first looks. They bumped them up by about a month in the middle of this year. I believe they did it. It was the reason why we were seeing Spider-Man cards during Edge of Eternities, because they want to have more
Oh my
information
God.
out for sets during the pre-order window for game stores. They changed the whole system.
That
So
too.
how it used to work before was they would do their first look whenever they have time, and then when the allocation numbers would be sent out to these stores would be a bit after this would all happen, and so people would call their LGS and be like, "Hey, can we pre-order Spider-Man?" And they would be like, "I mean, we don't know. We can guess how much we're gonna have, but we don't know yet." They changed this to help the LGSs, telling them their allocation numbers, and when they do so, they then do the first look like that same day or the same week. So that way they actually can know how much they can sell for pre-orders to keep up with Amazon, who sells out of pre-orders on every set, right? It's cool. It's nice that they're doing this. It's a little annoying that we're seeing cards so early, but this is a forever issue, right? We did see Lorwyn pretty early into the Spider-Man season, right? We're gonna see every set early into the first looks, early into to set before its season, especially with the faster pre-release schedule next year. So, but beyond that, Ninja Turtles, it's here. We have a lot of different products to go over. They're doing some cool stuff this time around.
Very interesting products. Yes.
Yes. So this time around, as opposed to doing 2 or 4 commander decks, they're only doing one commander deck, and it's Turtle Power, 5 color Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles commander deck. You get all 5 turtles. They got a card with all 5 of them on it, and then there's partner with each other. So there's a card for each of the 4 turtles, and then Master Splinter, uh, who all are each one color, with Splinter taking up the black mana pip. And then you can take 2 of them, only 2, and put them in the command zone with each other. But that's not a problem because you'll see later one of them is 5 colors, which is crazy. But this is cool. The commander deck has gone up in price a little bit. This is MSRP is $70, which is a little whack, but this deck looks like it's gonna be awesome. And then something you probably haven't heard, Kai. This is actually more based off of the beat 'em up arcade game. That's why
Oh,
the
really? No, I hadn't.
Yes, so that's why the
Huh.
partner is character select. It's partner, comma, character select.
Oh,
And apparently all of the new cards, of which I believe they said was 52 new cards in this deck, are
dang.
all themed off of this is like the Warhammer decks. This is like that level of a precon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we're gonna get 52 new cards, and all the other ones are fully reflavored into TMNT, and they're theoretically all going to be themed off of stuff from the various like beat 'em up video games, which is awesome. This is one of the most iconic things for the Turtles was
Yeah,
the Turtles in Time beat 'em up games.
yeah. I
So
heard. I heard all the beat 'em up games are actually good.
yeah, they were great. I there was one I want to say on SNES that I played a lot when I was a kid because my grandparents had it. My uncle, well, whatever family member had it at the house. It was very fun. So cool to see that. A lot of nostalgia there. And then we have this new product. This is basically like Clue, like where we had a basically a board game with magic mechanics. This is Turtle Team Up. This is a 2 to 4 player co-op game mode. So the box itself, I believe, is designed for two-headed giant, so 2 players together on the same team, but not versus 2 other players. You're up against a deck of villains. This was kind of like how they did a pre-release event a long time ago for Throne of the Gods, which was like where you had to fight the Hydra. This was before our time. And then there's a community run game mode called Horde, which is like a big old pile of tokens and then real cards. And like you flip off the top until you get the real card and pull the tokens into play or whatever. I don't know how they're gonna make it work here, but basically it's you guys fighting together against all these enemies from the Ninja Turtles. It's cool. It's a little board game. That's fun. And then the 4 player mode is probably to make it work in Commander. So
Probably.
yeah, and this one is only, well, I say only, but it's $50. Could be worse. The Clue bundle was like 70, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was.
I
Clue was
don't think it
overly
was that much.
expensive. No, it
Well, I think
was.
I think at the time, yeah.
Yeah, at the
But I remember
time.
buying one later down the line that for like 45.
Okay, that's a bit better then. But I remember them being quite expensive. But it was a super fun product, but no one played it. So, and then of course we have the special bundle. So the normal bundle is everything you'd expect from a normal bundle with any set. But this is the pizza bundle. Woo! Don't you like pizza, guys? Look, the Ninja Turtles, they love pizza. So the bundle's the pizza bundle.
Like pizza.
Okay, so basically what this is, it's a gift bundle, right? It comes with all the normal stuff you see in a normal bundle, including a couple extra normal packs, a collector booster, and then they're doing the thing they did in Duskmorn, where they did 6 cards got new art. But instead of being like movie posters like they did in Duskmorn, these ones are going to be themed off of pizza. So whatever. You get 2 of them, so you don't get all 6. You just get 2. It's basically like a pizza themed secret layer that they're shoving into our RNG bundle. But the
True.
box itself is shaped like a pizza bundle. Look at that, it's a pizza
The
box.
pizza box.
It looks like this thing. If when you open this, you're gonna feel like you're opening a toy from the '90s. So that's great. That's what they're going for here. I mean, look at this packaging. So very very cool. But you're not here to hear us talk about like what products are coming. You care about the cards, and they showed a lot of cards off. This is the
A
face
decent amount.
commander. I mean, I feel like it was a lot. I mean, it's like 20 cards.
Yeah,
Uh,
actually, well, yeah, it was a lot for a like non-magic thing, considering it
yeah,
was at a Comic-Con.
yeah. Now they also were showing off all the face commanders. That's a lot for this bundle. It makes sense when for this set rather when you hear how many new cards are in here, right? But this is the
Yeah,
face commander of the precon. This is Heroes in a Half Shell. Uh, there's 2 references to the theme song in here. 5 color, 5/5 mutant ninja turtle. Vigilance,
perfect.
menace, trample, haste. Whenever one or more mutants, ninjas, and or turtles you control deal combat damage to a player, put a counter on each of those creatures and draw a card. And then the second reference is the flavor text. They're the world's most fearsome fighting team. Okay, so
Uh, the creature type line is perfect.
yeah,
They are Ninja Turtles.
I'm glad they broke how, and they normally would do this like what it is and then its occupations. So it would have been a mutant turtle ninja if they followed their normal templating, but they wouldn't do that. I mean, they changed Spider Man, right? They did Spider Human Hero, right? But I'm glad they did this. I would have been really disappointed if they didn't do that correctly. This commander's fine. Like it is the normal 5 color payoff of draw card.
It's got the keyword soup, and it's
It's
got
got the
the
keyword
draw
soup.
cards.
Uh, this feels very very similar to Cosmic Spider-Man out of the Spider-Man
Yep.
set. Uh, it's cool. I don't hate it. I definitely like it a lot more than Cosmic Spider-Man.
I
Uh,
can't wait to put all the non-TMNT turtles in this deck and be like, look, guys, it's TMNT. They got their masks on.
I saw somebody online who was saying they wanted to try and make this as the commander, and then the 99 of the deck would be all Universes Beyond properties that the Ninja Turtles have crossed over with, but none of the Ninja Turtles themselves. Because Magic has a lot of
That,
crossovers. The Ninja
that'd be
Turtles have been
interesting.
in everything. If you think about it, they've been in it. They've done crossovers with Marvel, with DC. They've done crossovers with almost everything. So I don't know if there's quite enough meat to that bone yet, but
Yes.
eventually we'll get there.
Yeah,
This also
give it
could be
time.
a good commander for the Fortnite deck. So who knows? We're getting close. There's another property that we had in Fortnite that is also in Magic now. But let's start talking about the partners with the most important one. Uh, Partner character select. So it is not normal partner. You cannot partner this with Timna or Crom or Rograk.
Oh
Thank
man.
God. because this is a 5-color commander with the partner mechanic. This is the first time I believe we're gonna have no. This is the second time
No,
we're
second
going to
time.
have 5-color
I
color
think.
entity with 2 commanders. The other time was Doctor Who, the secret layer 4-color Doctor who can then partner with a 5th color from his companion. That was the other time.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Uh,
The 14th Doctor?
yeah, the 14th Doctor, and then you can partner him with Victor Terslar, I believe it is, or the color changing Clara. Uh, but anyways, that's not important. The important part is Leonardo the Balance, 3 and a white, 3/3 mutant ninja turtle. Whenever a token you control enters, you may put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Do this only once each turn, and then white, blue, black, red, green, colon, creatures you control gain menace, trample, and lifelink until end of turn. Whoa. This card's crazy. Like, whew, okay. Menace, trample, and lifelink are obviously good keywords, right?
Yes.
You have the sizing, because this gives counters whenever a token enters. Once per
And
turn.
it's on each creature.
Yeah, and it goes on everything, not just to himself, it
But
goes to the
but
team.
the once return is not even that much of a downside
Right.
if you get it. That's 4 counters of rotation.
Yep, if you can get counter tokens in other turns. When I first saw this card, I was a little peeved. Another like 5-color keyword soup commander. But the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, okay, especially when you look at the partners it goes with, none of them do anything too broken with this guy. And the keyword soup is 5 mana to activate, and the hardest way possible. You have to do all 5 colors of mana. So like
True.
it evens itself out. Especially since when you look at the commanders, they're if you're taking them outside of the context of the precon, they're gonna want to be 2-color, all of them. And so this might be 2-color splashing a third, and then the means to activate the pips, depending on which one you pair it with. It actually might be a very cool deck building experience. So I actually really like this card. So let's look at some of the other brothers. We have Donatello the Brains. I love this card. Just because of the art. Like,
Oh
he's
yeah,
me.
it's great.
Donatello the Brains. 2 and a blue for a 2/4 Mutant Ninja Turtle. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus a mutagen token are created instead. We've had a lot of cards like this, and all of them are just fun. Make more things when you already make a thing. That's fine.
Yeah,
Right?
they're making more things when you make a thing are normally pretty good.
Yeah. And mutagen tokens, which are our next slide, are pretty simple. They're an artifact token, so you have all of the artifact synergies. You pay 1, you tap, you sack it, you put a counter on target creature. It's like a map counter, like a map token without the flowchart. It's
Yeah,
great.
what kind of sucks is that this is only as a sorcery. I don't know
Yeah.
why that. I don't. Also, interesting to note that it has the subtype of mutagen. I didn't see that until just now.
Yeah, it does. It's the same way that like Blood and Clue and all them have that. So that way cards can care about mutagen from a type. I think maybe the sorcery thing is because of the ninjutsu part, right? Or as
I
we'll see
mean,
later, it's
maybe.
called sneak. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it moves the needle that much, but they added it, so whatever. I don't mind it. You're gonna be using these at sorcery speed when you're out of extra mana anyways, so it just sucks you can't bluff or counterspell and then just activate mutagen.
Yeah.
Alright, so here's the black member of the cycle. This is Splinter, the Mentor. 1 black for a 2/2 mutant ninja rat. Menace. Whenever he or another non-token you control leaves the battlefield, make a mutagen token. Awesome. Very cool. I think a Splinter and Donatello Blink deck, just making a crap ton of artifact tokens, sounds really cool.
And you probably don't even use them for the activated ability. You probably just want to have the artifact tokens to do something else.
Yeah, very cool. Then we have Raphael the Muscle. This one's pretty cool. 4 in red for a 4/4 mutant Ninja turtle. Double all damage that creature you control with counters on them would deal, and when he enters, you make a mutagen token. Great.
He can
Just
put a counter on himself, and
yeah,
then he doubles his damage.
yeah. Raphael's whole thing has always been he's loud and he beats the crap out of people, right? And Not only that, but these doubles damage for all the turtles. They all care about counters in some way, uh, with them all doing different things, either to get counters or care about counters or give you the mechanics to make counters. Uh, so he helps the team, doubles their damage, and also outside of the context of him in the command zone, it's just a great card. Uh, I would
I think so
absolutely
too.
play 5 mana, double all my damage in a normal counters deck. It's just
I,
great.
w- I would play this in my Chishiro deck.
Oh yeah, this would be great, Cheshire, because you get the artifact token too to then modify any creature you want.
Yep.
Yeah, very cool for Cheshire. And then we have Michelangelo the Heart. 1 green for a 2/1 mutant ninja turtle. He's got trample and raid the fridge. At the beginning of your second main phase, if you attack this turn, put a counter on target creature you control. On target creature, not you control, and create a food token. Cool. Make food. Different type of token than the others.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We have our commander of the 5-color food deck. Michelangelo and Donatello. So, is it Donatello? Yeah, right? Which one was that?
No, Donatello is
The blue one.
the purple. You're thinking
Purple?
of Leonardo.
Leonardo. I liked Ninja Turtles a lot when I was a kid. I've forgotten a lot of their names. Leonardo and Michelangelo is a 5-color food deck where that's great. When you get a food, you put a counter on the whole team. It's like 5-color food. That's cool. We didn't have a good pick for 5-color food. Now we have one. That's actually sweet. Also, I think it's really funny that Michelangelo is going to be really good friends with the Hobbits. It makes sense, Michelangelo would love hanging out in the Shire.
You would. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Second breakfast.
Yeah, he would love hanging out there. He would be upset that
Oh,
there's no
yeah.
pizza, but he'll bring the pizza, or any
No,
of
yeah,
the
no.
products from the set will bring pizza. So that'll be fine. But overall, these are really cool commanders. I think Wizards has gotten really good at building precons, so this precon's gonna slap. If it's gonna have the 50
I
new
think
card
so.
treatment, this is gonna be an awesome precon, and I hope it's printed to high heaven because I really don't want to see this one get
I
scalped.
really don't. The $70. I could see that being like more than double, like 150.
Yeah.
People trying to resell. I'm like, oh no,
This would
thanks.
be a wonderful. I'm super excited to try this out. There's a lot of really cool brew potential here. Very, very exciting. And they made a partner mechanic that doesn't seem too horrifically broken. So that's great. But then we have the cards from Turtle Team Up. So these are still Commander Legality. These are not in the Commander deck product, but they are Commander Legal, like for timing, right? So no Standard, no Pioneer, no Modern. And they only come in the Turtle Team Up and in Collector Boosters. So, Kai, go ahead and read this card.
Leonardo, Worldly Warrior, 7 and a white, Mutant Ninja Turtle, 5/5. This spell costs 1 less to catch for each creature you control, and he has double strike. So it's a pretty simple card for, I would assume, that pretty simple game. Although, I mean,
I feel like
and like white go wide, it's a big guy with double strike.
if in the deck that you put this card in, this is a 1 mana 5/5 double striker. That's
Correct.
huge. That's huge. Even if you're just playing the game of Magic and you pay him for like 3 or 4, I'd pay 3 mana for a 5/5 double strike. That's crazy. So this card's very cool. Is it ridiculously powerful? No. But
No.
is it cool? Absolutely. And I would love to put this dude in like a cube. Like if you have a white theme for like go wide, this is a great like
I
uncommon
can't wait
payoff.
I can't. Oh, we should build a UB cube.
That'd be great. I've actually seen some people have been playing a format called UB60, which is 60 card decks. Any Universes Beyond card is legal. Only Universes
Interesting.
Beyond cards are legal.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah, so but just kind of simulate what it would be like if they were making these cards for a different game, right? Like it was a separate game
hmm
going out at the same time as Magic. As you can imagine, a lot of Lord of the Rings cards are tearing up that meta.
Oh yeah.
I think they have a ban list and everything too. I just saw that was a thing. I was like, oh, that's cool. I want to check that out sometime. This would be a cool one for a go white deck with like spirit summoning from Lord of the Rings.
Hmm.
But then we have Donatello, Rad Scientist, 5 and a blue for a 5/6 Mutant Ninja Turtle, Vigilance. When he enters, tap up to 3 target creatures your opponents control. Put a stun counter on each of them. Hey Kai, they forgot to put
Yeah.
if you cast it on here.
No, they didn't.
So you could blink him.
Oh yeah.
That's fun. Is this powerful? It's cool though.
I mean, it's cool. I don't know about powerful.
Yeah.
It's very 3 creatures is a lot, which means that you could do up to one for each opponent.
Yeah, I suspect that this will be great in the product it's designed for, like all of these are.
Oh yeah.
Donnie and April, a dorkable duo. Go ahead and read this card, Kai.
I love that name. Florida Blue for a legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Human Turtle. When Donnie and April enter, choose one or both. Each mode must target a different player. Target player draws 2 cards. Target player returns an artifact, instant, or sorcery card from their graveyard to their hand. It's a 3/3.
Kai, can I get another read on that creature type line, please? And can I get it in the sing-songy way of the title song?
No.
Okay. Because I was going through my head the whole time was just mutant, ninja, human, turtle. And it's just like, it's just, I get why it's both types. She's on the card. Maybe it should have been mutant, ninja, turtle, human. But, the way that they put this, it makes it feel like April is the mutant ninja, and then there's just a turtle there.
It'd be really funny.
This card's cool. This is a really cool 2-headed giant card.
Oh yeah. I love the adorable.
Yeah. This is a very fun card. This is gonna be great in that product again. These feel like they are like I said before, a board game with Magic cards, right?
Yes.
So they'll be great there. So Kai, did you see the live action Ninja Turtles movies?
Yeah.
This is a reference to the second one, with Raphael in the big coat and the dumb hat.
I can't. Wait. Which ones? Do you
Not
mean
not the
ones?
Michael Bay live action movies, the original
Okay.
ones, the really old ones.
Okay, I watched them so long ago. I can't remember
Yeah.
too much.
Well-
I do remember the trench coat.
Yeah, I've seen this. I've seen the image of this man in the trench coat for years since then. I can't believe it made it onto a Magic card. But Raphael tag team tough is
Or red,
for
red.
red. Yeah, 5/6.
Legendary mutant creature.
Go ahead, go
Ninja
ahead.
Turtle with menace. When he deals combat damage to a player for the first time each turn, untap all attacking creatures. After this combat phase, there's an additional combat phase. Extra combats. See, this one actually seems decently playable.
Hey mom, can we get Karlak? Honey, we have Karlak at home. Karlak at home. This card's
Yeah.
fine. It has to hit itself to double combat. It's a bit slow. I'd rather play a 4-mana double combat. But you know where this card would be great in?
Where?
Toolbox.
True.
This would be a great card for Toolbox. Which is why I'm not fully discounting it, right? This would be a very, very good card for Toolbox. But it's cool. I mean, I don't hate this card.
It's got some built-in evasion, so
Yeah, it's got the menace to make it so it can hit better. It doubles combat. And it will be very, very good in Two-Headed Giant because of how it's worded. You untap all the creatures, not just your own. You're also your teammates' creatures. So if it works with 4 players the way that normal Two-Headed Giant works, and all 4 players attack at the same time, then this is the best double combat spell for this specific format of 4-player co-op. But I believe, yes, we have one more card for this product.
I like this one.
Yes, you want to read this one?
Michelangelo on the scene. 4 green, legendary mutant ninja turtle, 2/2. Trample enters with a +1/+1 counter on him for each land you control, and then when he dies, he returns to your hand.
Great.
He's just a big boy.
Another
And
cool
then
one for
you
Toolbox.
get you get him again. Yep.
This is also a food chain commander
Yes.
because you sacrifice him to food chain. Wait, no, food chain's exile, isn't it?
It is exile.
Nope, not food chain. Sorry, VV's persistence is a great card for food chain. Michelangelo on the scene, not very good for food chain. Doesn't work the way you want it to. Very cool. Very cool. Just big guy. If they deal with it, you get him back. You do it again. He's got trample. This is the most commander playable of the ones that we've seen so far. And by commander playable, I mean like pushes other cards out of your already existing commander decks. You
You
probably
think
just
so?
put all of these in the Ninja Turtles decks, though, anyways, just to have more
Probably.
turtles. I mean, yeah. I mean, this guy's huge. I know
I
Hearthhole
mean,
has a
yes,
card that's like 4 mana that does this.
he
But
gets say you just cast him for 6, he gets 6 counters, and he's an 8/8.
mhm. Yeah, very cool. Also, another really cool candidate for Cube. This would be a really fun Cube card. I
Oh
feel
yeah.
like this card would be an amazing limited card, but it doesn't get to go to limited, so it'd be really cool to put it in a cube. So, all right, so that brings us finally to our standard set portion. All of those cards, all the other 12 cards we just talked about, including the Mutagen, all of those are stuff that you're not going to find in standard play boosters or legal in standard Pioneer, Modern, etc. Uh, so this is the first of the cards, and it is Leonardo Sewer Samurai. 3 and a white for a Mutant Ninja Turtle Samurai. The 3/3 it has Sneak for 2 white, which is just ninjutsu but with some tweaks. And then it's Double Strike. During your turn, you may cast creature spells with power or toughness 1 or less from your graveyard. If you cast a spell this way, that creature enters with a finality counter on it. This is a cool commander. This is a really cool commander. Also, just a cool card in general for your like little creatures decks. I
Yeah.
yeah I
Uh,
mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of important power 1 toughness or
recast your Esper
creatures.
Sentinel.
Yeah.
Recast your Ball Lightning. Power 1 is
Well,
definitely a lot better than toughness 1. There's a lot of like 1/5s that are really good.
that's true.
I think Council of Four is a 1/5. It
No, Council of
also
Four is 0.
well, you can cast Council of Four from the graveyard with this guy. Uh, you can cast all of your walls from the graveyard with this guy. Aren't you excited? All your
Oh
walls.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So like, it does a lot of cool stuff. It also just gets them for 6. Like it is a 3/3 double
True.
striker that comes in with ninjutsu. So sneak is different. So it is you may cast this spell for its sneak cost by picking up a unblocked creature during the declare blockers phase. So you can't do. There's an old ninjutsu trick you could do where you hit them with a big creature and then pick up the big creature to ninjutsu to put in a smaller ninja. You can't do that trick with sneak. Also, ninjutsu specifies from hand. Sneak is just a cast it as an alternate cost, so it works from the command zone. It works the way you want it to from the command zone. It does not do the Yuriko thing. Command tax is applied, thank God. And I hope they release fixed Yuriko, which is the same card but with sneak instead of commander ninjutsu. Because then that'd be just a fun commander. I can finally build the deck without having to feel like a monster. But yeah, this is a cool card. Yeah, very cool card. Next up, we have the best card revealed today for competitive formats, Turtles Forever. 3 and a white, instant. Search your library and or outside the game for exactly 4 legendary creature cards you own with different names. Then reveal those cards. An opponent chooses 2 of them. Put the chosen cards into your hand and shuffle the rest into your library. So, this lets you go and find your 4 combo pieces. It does not put the other 2 in the graveyard. If it did, this would just be Factor Fiction, and that would be
Oh
horribly
yeah.
broken. The other 2 get shuffled into your library. Though, funnily enough, this is a weird thing you could do. There's those like the Emrakul that shuffles itself back in from your graveyard.
Yep.
Some people play one of them in the sideboard just to beat Mill. So if you're that kind of like combo deck, you could also have an Emrakul on the sideboard and just be like, okay, mill player, give me my two combo pieces or give me my two combo pieces or this Emrakul, and whichever one you don't pick is going into my library, and you can't mill me out anymore.
Hmm.
Like it's cool. There's currently a well-performing Pioneer deck that is a four-color Legends deck based in white that needs four different pieces to do its thing. So this is a really good way to be like, all right, opponent, pick which of these I get, and then you reveal you have other pieces in your hand that do the same thing. People are gonna who's smarter than me are gonna figure out how to make this be broken.
I
But
always like cards that are like, all right, opponent, what do I get?
yeah, and
I also I just love I like the art on this card. I love how each turtle is different art style.
yeah, it's if I remember correctly, uh, it is the original art style on the right, then the magic art style in the middle, the '90s cartoon to the left of that, and then the final one is the modern CG era. Very cool, very cool. Just all of the different representations of the thing. I wish we got a card like this for Spider-Man since they were doing the whole multiverse thing. But
Yeah,
and then just keep in mind, Commander players, outside the game does not exist for us.
correct.
That you cannot pull anything in from outside the game. I don't think this. Hmm,
Unfortunately.
I this might let you put your companion into your hand, but it doesn't work the way you want it to with everything
Hmm.
else. But this might let you put your companion in your hand. The more I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure it does. But that's bad. You wouldn't want to do that. Because if you don't give it to you, then you shuffle your companion into your library. But
It's okay. I'll draw later.
yeah, you'll draw it later. But yeah, this card's cool. This is a very cool card. I would play 4 mana, draw two powerful legends. And if you get the two worst out of your deck, that's still the two worst out of the four you picked. So like you chose the four. So if you have 10 powerful legends and you're like, all right, here's the best four right now. You don't get the
Yeah,
first two, and then you just get the other two, right? So
yeah, this is just kind of a toolbox card too.
yeah,
So
very cool toolbox card. It's instant speed. Uh, there are so many legends that do different things. If there's like an arch
yeah,
enemy at the table, you can be like, "Hey guys, we got to be that token player." So I'm gonna search my library for exactly four legendary creature cards. They're gonna
give me these
be,
two.
yeah, you're gonna give me the Ellerstorm and the combo piece I need, or I'm not gonna save the table. That kind of thing. So it's interesting. It's interesting and instant speed, great.
Oh yeah.
All right, so the next card is April O'Neil, Hacktivist. 3 and a blue for a human scientist. Beginning of your end step, draw a card for each card type you've among spells you've cast this turn. Okay, that's cool. You draw a card the turn you play her, right? So there's not much to say here. It's an interesting draw engine. I don't think it'll do very much, but
I
it's
mean,
cool.
I still like it. I for like I don't know, blue delirium decks, I guess, right?
Yeah, like if you're in like a multicolor delirium deck in Commander, it'd be very cool. But I just think it's a little slow for 1v1 formats, which is where this card's pointed at as it's a standard set card, but it goes in a
I
Commander deck.
this is a commander deck card,
Yeah, yeah, it's like Matoya from
and
Final Fantasy.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I don't mind this drawing at least one card a turn
yeah. I mean, if
or
you
one
draw
card
one
on
extra card each
the
turn, it's
edge or
fine.
instead.
I don't hate it, so it's just fine. So, all right, next card. Krang Mastermind. You want to read this card out, Kai?
6 blue for legendary artifact creature, Utram Warrior. It's Utram. It's a 1/4 affinity for artifacts. When Krang enters, if you have fewer than four cards in hand, draw cards equal to the difference, and Krang gets +1/+0 for each other artifact you control.
There we
So
are.
he's got that like cosmic not cast trigger, but enters, draw equal to whatever.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. This is gonna be a good one. This one's very good. Okay. There's a lot of stuff to talk about with Craig. The first thing I want to get out of the way is the standard conversation. The standard deck does not currently have a Kappa Cannoneer stand-in. This is the standard Kappa Cannoneer. It's not unblockable. Kappa Cannoneer is unblockable. That's a major difference, but this is a huge artifact creature that comes down for only 2 mana. And then it draws you
True.
cards, which is a major difference from Kappa Cannoneer, right? But it is your big artifact beater that we've been missing from Standard. I don't know if artifacts will be playable when this comes out. Who knows what Lorwyn and
I
Avatar are going
I
to
have
do?
no idea. Probably not.
But,
It really depends. I feel like it depends on if we have any lands that are playable that are artifacts.
yeah, if we had an artifact land just randomly in these two sets, we could. Uh, it would be crazy for the deck. But this is a very cool one. But more importantly, the way that this card works with Quantum Riddler is worth talking about. If you have
Oh,
if
oh,
you have one card in hand, and then you and then you have a Quantum Riddler in play, and then you play this, you warp Quantum Riddler, you draw up to 3, because you draw 2 cards. You get 1 card, warp in a Quantum Riddler, draw up to 3, play your land, play this, you draw up to 4, go up to 5. If your Riddler will bonus draw you, this similar textures to Quantum Riddler, for a different deck. It's very cool. I think this is going to be slightly played in the simulacrum synthesizer builds of artifacts, and not in the like weapons manufacturing decks. Very cool. In Commander though, I get to put Kappa Cannoneer in the command zone, and I'm happy.
yeah.
And also if you blink this guy, you draw up to 4 cards. So if you can get empty
Yeah, it
handed
doesn't.
and then blink
It
him,
is not a cast
you
trigger,
draw
or
4.
if from hand or whatever.
And I love an affinity for artifacts commander because if you have a lot of artifacts in play, affinity for artifacts discounts command tax.
Yep.
So, very strong, very cool. I'm going to put this one in the 99 of my spaceships deck. He's a space alien. Very cool. All right, this is Super Shredder. This is a 1 to black for a mutant ninja human. He's a 1/1 with menace. Whenever another permanent leaves the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Super Shredder. Kai, what do you think about this card?
Yes, I think it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think
So
another permanent on the battlefield. It doesn't count your own; it counts everybody's, and the amount of times anything leaves the battlefield, any token, any fetch land, any creature removed,
yeah, like
just a big beater that gets in.
imagine how big Carrion Feeder gets in your aristocrats decks, and now imagine if it counted everyone's stuff. If you play this guy
Yeah,
on 2, someone cracks a fetch land, you get a counter on your creature. Someone uses a treasure token to pay for something, you get counters on this guy. This does so much work, you don't even know how good this is going to be. If you have like an Esper Blink deck, he's going to get gigantic. Like, this guy's, he's going to be
surely it does. It
huge.
doesn't have to go to the graveyard; it just leaves the battlefield.
Yeah,
So
it's
if stuff gets exiled too,
yeah, it's gonna be gigantic. This guy's gonna go from a 1/1 to a 10/10 before you've blinked, and you're gonna be shocked. Uh, will he be good in the command zone? I mean, it'd be fine.
probably not.
2 mana commanders are not nothing to be shaking your head at though, because like you play him on 2, you do all your setup, you get wiped, and then you just pay 4 for him. 4 is nothing for a commander, so not the worst, right? So very cool card. Definitely gonna see a lot of play in both standard and in commander, just because of how big this thing gets quickly. Has a chance in modern with how many things are leaving the battlefield. You have Ephemerate legal in that format. You have Fetchlands legal in that format. This guy can get huge quick. I don't know if Keyword Big's enough in a Fatal Push format, but
Probably not.
probably not. But very cool. Then we get to the first uncommon we were shown, and I'm sorry, Jeremy, but it's your boy Casey Jones. I'm sure he's gonna have a rare variant because this is such an iconic
Y-
character
True.
to not have a good
Well,
card.
no. Oh no, no. What's gonna have the rare is his hockey stick's gonna be a rare. And then he's gonna go digging for his hockey stick. Is what this look. So
Yeah.
Casey Jones is Jury Rigged Justiciar, a 1 and a red, for legendary creature, Human Berserker. He's a 2/1 with haste. And when he enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library, reveal an artifact card from among them, put it in your hand, and put the rest in the bottom of the library in random order. So yeah, he looks like he's digging for his equipment, it looks like.
Yeah. I mean, it's an uncommon for draft. Not much to say about here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. All right, and then the final standard card here is Raphael's Technique. 4 red for an instant with Sneak for 2 in a red. Each player may discard their hand and draw 7 cards. Woo! Okay.
All right, here's the sneak text.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like we said earlier, you may cast a spell for 2 in a red if you also return an unblocked attacker you control to hand during the declare blocker's step.
Yes, there it is.
This is Wheel of Fortune. It's not mandatory, so you can't like hurt them with a wheel. Like don't put this in your Nezzer card deck or whatever. But I don't care. I'm gonna refill my whole hand. This is great. Talk about standard
I
again
feel
for a
like this is a
moment.
good card.
Hit them with your fear of missing out. Pick up your fear of missing out to Raphael's Technique, and then in your second combat, you will get to put minimum 7 cards on the creature you control because of minimum 7 counters on the creature you have in play from Prof's Eidetic Memory. This card's awesome. This card's gonna be great. And in Commander, 6 mana for an instant speed wheel is honestly still very good. The amount of times I've had a lot of cards at hand and wish I could just refuel, very, very high. Doing it for 6 mana, a little much. Doing it for 3.
I can also see this in a deck where you want to attack with get those attack triggers, but don't want to actually have your creature die.
Yeah, like this is very good. This is very, very good. So, yeah, this is a great card. If you play wheels, play this. I love this one. Play it. I don't tell you. Oh, right, and then this is the last standard card. Bebop and Rocksteady.
1.
Yes.
What?
One. Yeah.
Golgari. That's what it is.
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
Legendary creature, Boar Rhino Mutant, 7/5. Whenever Bebop and Rocksteady attack or block, sacrifice a permanent unless you discard a card.
Okay, so this card's cool, but that's not the most important thing with this card. The flavor text is a rap song. That's the most important part.
It is.
Is this the first time we've had that on a Magic card, Guy?
I think so. For Bebop and Rocksteady.
Mm-hmm. Right? Crazy. Very, very cool. This is just Ultimate Green Goblin, but better.
But bigger.
It's not a goblin, so that makes it worse. But it's bigger.
But it's a mutant.
But it's a mutant.
And that makes it better.
It means you can draw cards in your 5-color Heroes in a Half Shell deck.
True.
So overall, this card's cool. It's just big creature. It will hit them. If you do not put this in your deck unless you want to sacrifice things or discard cards.
True.
If you want to sacrifice things and if you want to discard cards, play this.
Or a deck where a commander deck where you need high power, low CMC.
Yeah, because if it's like the Get Wrong monster and you want to like feed the newer one, the Get Wrong Wild Ride. This is great.
Something like that.
3 mana, feed them to the Get Wrong, you're good to go. You don't have to do anything of the discards or sacrificing. But, cool card. So that's it we have for the standard portion of the release today. We have 2 more things to show you. First of all is the bonus sheet. So there are 20 source material cards in this set. Set code PZA, it's pizza again, with art from, I believe they said it's all from the original comic series. It might just be art from the history of TMNT, but this
it's
one
probably
at least,
the art history of TMNT, yeah.
Yeah, this one at least is the first cover for the first issue ever of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That is such an awesome thing to have on a Magic card. Why is it double A season?
because they want the Lunar season to go down in price, I guess.
Yeah. Or they want this variant to be expensive.
Or that, yeah. I mean, it works with their mutagen. They make
Oh
more. They
yeah.
make more mutagen and
You
put
know
more
what?
counters on.
Doubling season is actually really, really good in the commander deck. You care about tokens and counters.
Yep.
Usually, so doubling season is a very overhyped card. A lot of people see it and go, "Whoa!"
As a
And it's
5
been
mana do nothing.
expensive. It's 5 mana, do nothing, and a lot of people will play this in a deck that only cares about one half of the card. Like they'll put doubling season in their token deck with no counter synergies, or they'll put doubling season in their counters deck with no token synergies. You should never do that. There are very good, cheaper cards, both money and mana, that do either half of this card, with the exception of the counters being for planeswalkers. Uh, However, if you care about both halves, if you do counters and tokens, this is the best card for that purpose. That means this is actually a phenomenal card for the Ninja Turtle Commander deck. So that's why they went with this one. That's cool. I'm just really happy they got the original art done, and they're crediting Kevin Eastman for all the work he did, because it was his
I
just
can't
like teenage
can't wait to see
project.
more.
Yeah, very cool. What we didn't put in the slideshow was they're doing headliner cards for the four main turtles. Their main set Mythic variant is getting new art by Kevin Eastman, and then the Super Chase variant of that one is that new art with the frame in like gold, and then it has like a golden signature with him doing the signature for it. Very, very cool. And the last card is part of the pizza bundle. Like I mentioned before, there are 6 cards getting reprinted with magic pizza themed art, and this is Dark Ritual. It's Splinter making a pizza, and it's Dark Ritual. Woo! It's pizza! Yeah, pizza! But that's it for the cards they got today. This was a lot of stuff for a first look. Usually they hold back some of this. I'm honestly surprised they showed us the partner turtles. I thought they would just show us the one and then the partners would come later. Uh, so very excited to see the cards that come out of that precon. The set I could care less about, but honestly, the Commander precon, I'm gonna treat this set mostly like it was the Warhammer precons. Like there was one cool set of cards. I want to buy one deck, and then I'm gonna buy the singles from the other decks, which is the standard set, right? So,
True. Yeah.
but yeah, that's all the new stuff we have today. A lot of cool information. This is going to be a very busy year to be covering Magic Use. There are 7 set releases going on next year.
So many cards to talk about.
Yeah, infinite new cards to talk about. In addition to all the secret layers, we have done
Yeah.
2 hour plus episodes now talking about the stuff we had revealed in the last 2 weeks, and we didn't even get to the secret layer stuff. There's a whole PlayStation secret layer set coming out. There's Jaws, and then a whole bunch of like reprints, reflavored stuff. It's a lot of product, guys, a lot. But we're probably gonna do a special episode for the PlayStation Commanders. Stay tuned. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a few weeks. But that is all the time we have for today's show. We're already running a little bit longer than we normally would like to. So, we'll find time in a future one to answer some of the questions we got since the last episode. But if you want to leave us questions for a future episode of this show, go in the comments below and use #question, or go into any of our social media sites. We have Blue Sky and Twitter, and just hit us with an @ and then #AskBracketBuilders, and we'll get to your questions as soon as we can on the show. But I think that's all we have for today. Anything you want to talk about before we get out of here, Kai?
Yeah. Can you go back real quick?
Yeah, where are we going?
Just one card.
Okay. You want to go back to the cards?
Yeah. Esposito, my liege. Grant me the flavor I am due. Anyways,
Hold on. Who said this guy?
Splinter the Nebelmancer.
The Nibblemancer.